Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is Ricky Sambo. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe for more videos. We're going to revise biology paper 2, which was written in 2017. So this was examination for school certificate ordinary level. So this was for internal candidates. So you can go with me through this paper. Okay, so we have section A. So figure 1.0 shows specialized cells P, Q, and R. So these are specialized cells which performs specific functions in the body. So cells, it is the first topic that you have to know when dealing with biology. So because this topic, it does not miss. So when you look at the three cells given here, these are specialized cells and they perform a specific function. So we have the first one, which is P, and then we have Q, and then we have R. So we have to identify these cells that we've seen here. So number one, this one, which is P. So P, it is a very easy cell which any person can identify. So because of this elongation here, so the elongation will tell to say, okay, we have a cell, and then this cell, it is called the root hair cell. And then Q, so Q, when you look at Q, this is a cell which is also very familiar. So this is a red blood cell. So this is a red blood cell. And then we have the parasite. So this is the parasite cell. When you look at it closely, you'll find that this is a parasite cell. And they're going to identify where these cells are found. So the first one here, the first question is name each of the cells above. So we have to name them. So we have P. P, we say that it is root hair cell. And then here we have red blood cell. And then we have R, which is the parasite cell. Okay, so state the function of cells P and Q. So the functions of these cells, so P, which is root hair cell, and then we have Q, which is red blood cells. So now when you look at P, it is a cell which is found in the roots. So you'd find that these help, number one, to absorb substances such as what? Water and mineral salts, which are needed by what? By a plant. So these substances, they are absorbed by the root hair cell. So meaning that that is the function that it performs. So for absorption, of water and mineral salts. So mineral salts, and then by the process known as active transport. So that is the process by which water and mineral salts are absorbed by the cell or a cell. And then function of cell Q. So the function of cell Q, the red blood cell. So the red blood cell, you'd find that it transports. So it transports carbon dioxide and oxygen. So it transports these two. So carbon dioxide and what? And oxygen. So for transportation of oxygen Okay, explain the adaptation for cells P and Q to their functions. So we have to know what has made these cells to perform the functions that they do or that they perform. For example, P here, what makes it easy for this cell to perform the functions? It performs of absorption of water and mineral salts. So this is because when you look at the elongation here, so this elongation helps this to increase the outgrowth or the surface area for absorption. So this is the increased area for absorption of water and mineral salts. So because of this, the elongation here makes it possible for it to absorb amount of water needed by the plant. So that is the function that it performs. So the function is that because of its elongated surface area for absorption, so we are saying that it has a elongated outgrowth to increase the surface area for absorption. And then Q, we are looking at Q, which is the red blood cell. So when you look at it very closely, you'd find that it has been formed, it looks like a biconcave shape, or it is it looks like a disc. So now because of this shape, it creates enough surface area for diffusion of oxygen. So meaning that this area, because of the shape, so this is the large surface area that makes it possible for the diffusion of what? Of oxygen. Remember, we said that it carries oxygen to all parts of the body and also carries carbon dioxide from all parts of what? All parts of the body. So oxygen will be coming in like that. So we have, that is oxygen. So because of the biconcave shape, so that is the adaptation which makes it perform the function. So we are saying that it has a biconcave disc to increase the surface area for diffusion of oxygen. Okay, so we can look at C. Where in the leaf is cell R located? So we have to know where it is located, where C is located. So now when you look at C, we are saying that that is a parasite cell. So where is it located exactly? So it is located in the mesophyll. So in the mesophyll. So that is where it is located, or you can say in the palisade mesophyll. It is one and the same. Okay, so let us move to the other question. So Figure 2.0 shows a graph showing the effect of temperature on an enzyme catalyzed reaction. So we have the rate of reaction. So the rate of reaction. So we have the rate of reaction, which is this side. So we can say that is y. And then we have the temperature. So the temperature is x there. So we can apply the principle of math. And then now, when you look at the temperature, so the temperature was increasing from this end going in this direction, meaning that the temperature was increasing. So as the temperature was increasing, also the rate here was doing what? Was increasing as well. So now we want to look at the question, which is what is an enzyme? So this is a very, very simple question that you have to rejoice when you meet such questions, and it carries 2 marks. So we are saying that an enzyme is a biological catalyst that changes the rate of chemical reaction. So it is either the reaction will increase or will do what? Will decrease. So there are 2 things. So it is either it increases or decreases. So that is the work of the enzyme. So what is the optimum temperature of the enzyme reaction shown in the figure, which is figure 2.0? So the optimum means the highest. So the highest. So when you look at here, this is the highest. So this is the highest optimum point. So because here it is 35, meaning that obviously somewhere when you count, so it is maybe this is 36 or 37, but this can be 36. So we can say 36 or 37 it is, or it can be marked. So this is 36 degrees Celsius. And then we can move at what temperature in figure 2.0 is the enzyme completely denatured. So when we say denatured, it means that it has stopped. So it has stopped performing its functions. So the enzymes, when an enzyme is denatured, it means that it stops or the reaction comes to an end. So at what temperature, meaning that when you look at this is how, or the graph shows how the enzyme, so it was rising because of the temperature. As the temperature increases, it also rises, and then it reaches at an optimum point, which is 36 degrees. So after that, when the temperature kept on increasing, it started to denature, meaning that it had to stop the function, meaning that the reaction started coming down until it reached at this point where it had to stop. So the answer there is 60 degrees Celsius. Give a reason for your answer in question B to above. So we have to give an answer for this. Why have we picked 60 degrees? So the answer here, it is very simple. The enzyme reaction stop. Okay, so it had to stop. Explain why it is important to measure the body temperature when a person is sick. So if you are sick, you'd find that they are going to use a clinical thermometer to know the body temperature. Now, we have to explain why it is important to measure the body temperature when a person is what? Is sick. So the first one is that so that you can take precautions, so that you can know where or how the temperature is reached. So you'd find that when the temperature is too high, you'd find that certain enzymes in the body will stop functioning because they will start to denature. So the reason is very simple. Each enzyme, it has a specific optimum body temperature or temperature that it should exist in. So they have to measure so that they do not or the body does not harm these enzymes. So we are saying that it is important, so it is taken as precaution, to avoid denaturing the enzyme. And then the purpose or proposed 2 ways the body temperature of a sick person can be brought down to normal. So in an event that the body temperature is high, you'd find that they will get warm water, and then warm water, they're going to use a cloth. So a cloth will be dipped in warm water after it has been dipped into warm water, and then they are going to use that same cloth to put on the body of the person who is sick. And then not only that, the person maybe will be asked to go and bath warm water. So in an event that you use cold water, so cold water will not be fine, because there will be different temperature, so outside and inside. So you find that a lot of heat will be produced so as to maintain the external body temperature. So by so doing, the body temperature will increase, and then eventually it will affect the enzymes or how the enzymes will be performing. So meaning that apart from bathing warm water, the other one is by also using medications. So obviously medicine will help to stabilize the body temperature of a person. So bath warm water, not cold but warm. And then the other one is medication. So medication can stabilize body temperature of a person. So figure 3.0 shows the life cycle of a mosquito. So this is the life cycle of a mosquito. So identify 2 stages in figure 3.0 which are most suitable for eradicating malaria. So we have to eradicate. So to eradicate is to stop. So to stop the spread of malaria. So at which stage? So when you look at the stages here, so this stage, it is not good. This stage, so this is a no stage. And then also you'd find that this stage also it is a no, because at this time the eggs are in water and they are feeding from inside. So here you'd find that the larva is in water. So meaning that if we are to spray oil on top of or on the surface of this water, you'd find that these larvas will die. And then not only that, we're going to spray or we're going to put fish here so that they can feed on the larva. So same applies with the pupa here. So these are 2 stages that are best if you want to eradicate malaria. So what stages? So stage 2 and stage 3. So for each stage identify in A1 above. State how malaria may be eradicated. Yes. How can malaria be eradicated? So the first one is use of oil. So use of oil. So oil is supposed to be sprayed on top of or on the surface of water such that it will avoid, number one, oxygen, and then they will die because they will not have enough oxygen there. And then apart from that, the other one, it is that biological control using fish. So like I said, you'd find that in where you'd find there is stagnant water. So if fish is there, so fish will feed on pupa and larva. So when pupa and larva has been fed by a fish, meaning that an adult mosquito will not be there. So the other one, it is biological control using fish. And then suggest 2 ways in which malaria can be controlled in community. So malaria can be controlled, number one, by cutting grass short. So cutting grass short. Why? Because that can be the breeding site for mosquitoes. And then in an event that you've grown maize at home, so you find that it is very possible that you'll be suffering from malaria because that will be a breeding site for mosquitoes. So in order to eradicate malaria, we have to cut the grass very short. And then the other one, it is we have to be sleeping. So sleeping in a treated mosquito net. So sleeping under a treated mosquito nets. What term is given to the mosquito based on its role in transmission of malaria pathogen? So this is a vector. So we can say this is a vector. So a vector carries the pathogen inside. So that is the biological vector. So a question on this can be asked. The same question can be asked. Now here they're going to use a housefly. So here, and then they'll ask a question to say, for example, cholera. So in an event that they ask, so meaning that is a mechanical vector, not a biological vector, because the housefly does not carry the disease or inside itself. So meaning that it is outside, and then in an event that they ask you that question, so it is not biological vector but mechanical. So define pathogen. So a disease causing so it is a disease causing organism. So that is what we call a patho. So it is a disease caused by organism or an organism. Okay, name the malaria causing pathogen. So the malaria causing pathogen, it is called Plasmodium. So Plasmodium. So this is a female mosquito. So a female mosquito by the name of Plasmodium. It is very dangerous. So it is very dangerous, which can cause malaria. So we move to question 4. Show the longitudinal section of the stem. So we have the longitudinal section of a stem. So now the question here is that we have these S, and then we have T, and then we have, so here we have, this is the vesicular bundle. So you'd find that in the vesicular bundle there are three cells which are or comprises of the vesicular bundle. So you'd find that the first one, it is the cambium, and then we have the xylem and the phloem there. So now we have to identify these based on the location where they are located from. So now, which letter in figure 4.0 correspond to cambium, xylem, and the phloem? So which one? So here you find that mostly the cambium, it is found between the xylem and the phloem. So when we look at the cambium, the xylem, and the phloem, we have to identify them. So which one is the cambium? So we said that, so T here, so T is the cambium here. So T is the cambium, and then we have, let us look very closely and carefully. So here S, so S, it is inside, and then wow, we have U, which is outside. So when you look very closely and carefully, you'd find that there is one which is going to a leaf. So one which is going to a leaf, and then we have one which is moving away from a leaf. So we have to identify and know these. So apart from the vesicular band, the cambium that we have identified, which is T, and then we have to know S. So we have to know S, and so S is the xylem S, and then U is the phloem there. So here we have, so it is T, and then here it is S, and then here it is U. So explain the function of S and T in the plant. So the function of S, so S, the xylem. What is the function of the xylem? So the xylem, it is a specialized cell which transports water and mineral salts, and also it offers support to the stem. So that is the function of the xylem. So the xylem, number one, it is a conduit where water and minerals pass through. So to transport or transportation of water and mineral salts and offers support. Okay, so T is the cambium. So the function of the cambium, we are saying that number one, it maintains or it repairs the damaged tissues. That is the first one. And then the second one is that it produces new xylem and phloem cells, producing secondary growth. So for secondary growth, the cambium, it is the one that performs. And then not only that, we are saying that it also produces these specialized cells, which is the xylem and the phloem. So it produces new xylem and phloem cells, so producing secondary. So secondary, it means that at this time the cells are specialized here now. They are performing a specific function. So let us move to B. Which letter corresponds to the structure which needs companion cells to function properly? So which one when we look at, so companion So companion offers support. So companion offers what? Support to the stem. Now, which one amongst the letters? So the companion cells, they are found just outside the vesicular, just close to the vesicular bundle, but it is mostly it is found outside here. So that is where we'd find the companion cells. So which one? So the answer is what? Is U. And then apart from that, which letter in figure 4 corresponds to a structure in which substances can either move up and down? So where substance can move up and what? And down. So where substance? So substance, where substance between. So we have this C, T, and U. So here we are saying that only water and salts or mineral salts, so they move from the roots going up, so they can't come down. No, they can't. So in an event that we have food which has been produced by a leaf, so meaning food will either come down and also will go up, because food is applied to all parts of a plant. So meaning that the answer is U. So U, it is the phloem. So phloem is the answer here. So if they asked the name, then we could have said phloem, but here they've asked the letter. Mrs. Mumba delivered a baby girl in a certain hospital. Mrs. Mumba has blood group O, and the father to the girl has blood group AB. Miss Mumba sues the hospital for giving her a wrong baby whose blood group was O. Explain using a genetic diagram why Mrs. Mumba would win or lose the case. So this case was serious. So it was serious. So they had to take the hospital to court. So now we have to justify. So we can look at the genetic diagram that will help us. So we have the parental. So parental phenotype. So we have blood group, because we've been given which is blood group. So blood group. So blood group AB. So AB was for AB. So AB. Okay. So AB. So we have the father. Yes. So the father had AB. Okay. So we can say father here. And then blood group O. So which is the mother. And then we can move. Okay, the second one is parental genotype. So here we have parental genotype, we have A, B, and then here what are we having? So this is blood group or there, and then gametes. So under gametes we can separate them. So this is A, and then we have that is B, and then we separate them. So we have O there, and then we have O there again. So after gametes, so we are saying, so offspring. So offspring genotype. Okay, so we'd say this one, or yeah, we'll go with that one. So it is, or we can write it properly. Okay, so we are saying that this one goes with that one, so A, O, and then another one there. Yes, so we have another one A, O, and then let us look at, okay, here we have B, O, and then another one there, so we have also B, O there. So offspring phenotype. Okay, so the phenotype, we are saying that this is blood group. So blood group. So blood group A, and then we have blood. Also here we have blood group A, and then here we have blood group B, and then here also we have blood group B also. Okay, so we can write this is F1, and then we say this is F1. Now apart from that, we are saying that this is now we've answered the question. Now let us look at the question now. Let us look at the question. So explain using a genetic diagram why Mrs. Mumba would win or lose the case. So in this situation, meaning that Mrs. Mumba can win the case because the baby whose blood group was O. When you look at here, the babies that they can have are blood group A, blood group A, blood group B, and then also blood group what? B. So would say Mrs. Mumba. So Mrs. Mumba won the case because it was not possible to have a child with blood group O. Okay, so what would have been the correct genotype of the actual father? So what could be, so the actual father in that case can be the actual father of a child. So the actual father, we can say OA, or meaning that it can be BO or can be O. So these were the answers, so you can choose one from these. So thanks for watching. If you are watching it for the first time, you can subscribe to this channel for more of such videos.